Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. It is May 2026. May just happens to be my favorite month of the year for a variety of reasons. So I'm so excited you're here. We've got even more fun connecting with the animals to do this month. So, as you know, we've been on a journey together this year. In January, we came back to ourselves. In February, we made room for tenderness and grief. In March, we found something steadier, a trust that doesn't depend on everything going right. And last month in April, we dropped into the body. We practiced noticing what we actually feel, not what we think we should feel. We let our animals teach us that the body already knows things the mind is still catching up to. And all last month, with all the practices and prompts, we were asking ourselves, what is the body actually feeling? Especially when we were allowing our animals to assist us. For so many of us, when we get quiet enough, when we stop moving long enough to notice, what we actually feel is love. It's a love that doesn't ask permission, a love that doesn't need explanation, and it's a love that's always been there underneath everything the whole time. So that's where we're going in May. We're connecting to enduring love. So I actually want to ground this theme in a story about me and Lukas. It's about the moment I knew he and I were meant together. And some of you have heard me tell this story before. So he was outside at an adoption event with his foster mom. I walked toward them and I let them both know that I wanted to meet him. And he looked right at me. He has one brown eye and he has one blue eye. And I was smitten instantly. Couldn't help it. He's very gorgeous. So, what happened next? That's what told me that we were meant to be. So, despite his foster mom's constant request of don't jump, Lukas rose up onto his two back paws and planted his front paws, one on each side of my shoulders or each of my shoulders, and he stayed there. He wasn't bouncing and he didn't wiggle. He was firmly grounded and still he kept looking directly into my eyes. Like he did not break eye contact. It wasn't excitement, it was intention. I asked him right there if he would like to live with me and my husband, and he held my gaze. He didn't look away, and I could feel his answer before I heard it. And I wasn't even an animal communicator then, but it was like happy butterflies in my stomach. It was a knowing in my body before my mind could even form the thought. So he's like this on my shoulders. So I'm stroking the sides of his long torso and I'm thanking him. He didn't want me to let him go, and I didn't want to let go of him either. But we had paperwork we had to fill out. And yet that hug became our ritual. Every single time I came home from work, Lukas would rise up and meet me, paws on my shoulder, eyes on mine. And when he was adopted, I added a kiss on his third eye because he would begin to bow his head so I could do so. Just became natural. So he initiated this tenderness, and we still do it. Every single time we've been apart and we come back together, and he does this actually for others too. So some of you know that I TA for Danielle McKinnon. And so he will do that when the students talk with him. He will come in and practice, and they're practicing their animal communication skills. He will do this to people, and he will to students, and as they're communicating with him telepathically. He'll also do it to people when they come into the house physically too. We call it the Lukas hug, and it's become quite an honor to experience. At least I think so. And here's what I understand about that hug now, after all these years. Enduring love begins in a moment of recognition. It lives in ritual, and it keeps moving outward. So I'm thinking about you right now as I say this. Some of you have an animal beside you, maybe even leaning into you as you watch this. And some of you are loving an animal who is no longer here in body. Some of you are doing both at the same time, holding more than one love in more than one form. And I want to say something clearly because I believe it with my whole heart. Enduring love doesn't require presence to be real. The love you feel for an animal in spirit isn't memory. It isn't past tense. It's live and it's happening right now. It's just in a different form. And this comes through in my animal communication, particularly my grief support sessions, all the time. The love you feel for an animal beside you, that daily, ordinary, extraordinary love is already enduring. It's already bigger than any single moment. It is already shaping who you are. So regardless of whether your animal is alive or in spirit, love is energy. Love doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't doesn't die, if you will, when our loved ones cross over. And when they're here in body, of course, it's easiest for us to feel it. And also when they've transitioned, it is also easy for us to feel it. And that's what this month really, really works with us on. Us being able to feel that love, not only for that's physically here, but for that isn't. And that can even translate into the larger community, your larger collective, all of that type of thing, love. The word enduring, however, in the phrase connect to enduring love, the word enduring matters to me because it doesn't mean static or frozen in time, just like I was explaining. Enduring love moves, it evolves. It always shows up in new ways. It finds you in the morning when you first wake up. It finds you when you come back home because it meets you at the door. It even will visit you in your dreams. And in particular way, the light falls through the window at a certain hour. It asks something of you, and that asking is love as well. So here's what the animals keep showing me over and over and over again. They don't stop teaching us just because circumstances change. Lukas taught me about recognition and intention at an adoption event. He teaches me every single day when he rises up to meet me. And he teaches the students in the classes that I teach, that I'm a TA for, something that could never quite put into words, that love can be offered freely, without agenda, without history. Your animals are doing this for you. The one beside you is teaching you something right now, maybe about presence, maybe about patience, maybe about the particular grace of being loved without condition. And the one in spirit, they haven't stopped either. The teachings keep coming. In the moments of recognition of a sign they sent, or in the way you find yourself doing something that reminds you of them, it's also paid forward in the love that you give to other animals, to other people, other beings, because of what an animal gave you first. You were able to recognize it with them, so you can pay it forward. Connection is remembered, not learned. And love, real love, the kind that endures, it doesn't need a body to keep moving. This month, we're going to notice where enduring love is alive in us, where we feel it, how we celebrate it, how we honor it. And in noticing the small and sacred ways our animals have shaped who we are and who we are still becoming. I can't wait to hear what comes forward or unfolds for you this month, because I think this one's going to be really cool and really engaging. I'll be sharing the weekly check-ins each Monday, as well as additional reflections and prompts for paid subscribers midweek in the podcast reflections that I send. This is a powerful practice that will not only deepen our connection to our animal friends, but it will also help us learn even more about ourselves. So please share how things are going for you along the way. Anything that comes up, please share it. We'd love to hear the stories. All right, that's Connect to Enduring Love, this month's message from the animals. So I do want to, just before I go, there are just a couple of really great things I want to tell you about that you may also find supportive this month of May. First of all, for those of you who actually live in or around Grand Rapids, Michigan, I'm co-hosting a 12-part, 6-week series called Emotional Brilliance with Kula Yoga. We're diving into the meridians and how they can support your inner and shadow work, along with specific yin practices. It's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. And it starts May 12th. You can check it out on the events page of my website, which I will have in the post below. I will have that link. I'm also partnering again with Anna Marie Ellison for a 6-week online course called Grief, Grace, Gratitude, Healing Through Grief with the Wisdom of Horses. With the Healed by a Horse herd present for each session, each of the 6 sessions, Anne Marie and I will walk you through exercises, reflections, and sharing, all while the horses share their energy and support so that you can understand your grief in ways that can transform you. This series starts May 14th and can also be found on the events page of my website. And lastly, I do host a monthly pet loss or co-host a monthly pet loss grief circle with Carrie Kenny. This month's will be on Saturday, May 18th from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern. You can also find that on the events page of my website. They're all also listed below in the post, but you can also go there and sign up as well. So I hope you have a wonderful month. It's May 2026. Please keep in touch. Let's see what happens when we connect to enduring love. Have a wonderful month, everybody. Take really good care.